say when I was in Lahore, I used to have fees, a cup of tea and food and other things. But as I used to tell them that I don't know much, but I can tell you from knowledge. So this is how this all is haram. And you should not go to anyone, never show to your hand to anyone, your stars or date of birth to anyone, especially those youngsters and young girls and young teenagers. The girls are more mainly affected. Never give your date of birth to anyone, or never, put yourself, on YouTube or Facebooks and others to reveal your date of birth on others. We are, people who know the people know about it, but youngsters should be very careful to giving their date of birth or anything. It's very something that they do magic on you and your mother's name. So the magic I was telling you, four types. So there's one: the earth, the wind, the fire, and water. So the Prophet ﷺ's name was Muhammad, and his mother's name was Amina. So it's two memes, and so the meme is ham, ma means water. So they put the magic in the water. Then there is a magic of fire. So if the mother and the whoever it is, his name is with the matches with the fire, so they put it in the fire. And if the they put if the matches with the air, they put it on the trees, or somewhere where the air, or they attach it to the pigeons, and whenever they fly, then it is affected, you see. So the magics are, or taweez or whatever, they attach to the trees, and then the fire to the well, and to the and if this earth, then they bury it in the graves. You see, somebody who dies, if somebody puts the mitti, some of these clever people, they do is they put in the mitti and put the taweez in there, and that's it. The person is affected. But you must remember that will only affect you for permission. These magics don't have they have expiry date. So some of them expire 30 days, some have 90 days, some are just like the medicines, you have expiry dates. But if you still don't take precautions, they keep on coming on, and then stay for the rest of your life. You see, that's an important thing you need to understand. Now it's 42 minutes, so I've completed the magic now. So magic is of various magics. I've told you the magic on the Prophet ﷺ. Quickly I told you what was the reason behind it, what is the wisdom behind it, and then I also told you about the magic, the various types of magic. There are four types of magic. So the earth one is put in the grave, and the wind one, because they ask you a mother's name. So mother's name and your name. So when they have these letters, they match it, whether it's like I told you an example with the Prophet ﷺ. So Muhammad with Meme and Amina, and that's how they put it in water. Imam. So this is how they take the common names out of it. So once they take the common name and they say which one is a fire, and then they put in the fire. You're always burning. You're burning. So it feels like, clothes get burned. Sometimes I get burned, and my mom thinks some magic is done. But Allah knows best. But I don't believe in that. I do believe in that, but I take precautions. I ask Allah's protection all the time. I do believe in magic. It's real. It can affect you. It can harm you. It can kill you. It can cause diseases. It is real. It's not something taken lightly. But the cure is in the Quran, and believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the only cure. No other Maulvi appear. Even if they have jinns, some people have jinns, Muslim jinns, and they try to help. But that's also wrong. You cannot subdue or take control of jinns. This is haram. You see, you can't. And these are people who claim that they're Muslim jinns, but that is wrong as well. And you should not do that, and they're doing kufr as well. Because it's just like a person who's in the desert in heat, and he jumps himself into the fire. So he's already having a heat. So if he goes into the fire, there's more heat. So that's why you play with jinns and all these shayateens and cobra snakes you're playing. So these jinns, peers, they have jinns, and there's four types. So the water one is in the well. They put it in the well, and then they put it in the fire. And the third one is the air one. That you attach it to the tree on top of something, or where they give it to the the pigeon. They put it, and you can see there's a lot of darbars, they have pigeons, because they attach it, and then when he flies, then you are affected. And that's how it is. And that's the air one. So there's four types: the water, and then we have the earth, which is mud, they put in the grave, and then the fire and the air. So the four types of jinns, and all of the people in Pakistan, India, they are doing it. There are books and books I've seen that in the market in Lahore. I went to Urdu Bazaar, which is mainly a very popular place in Lahore, where they had these taweez about Haroot and Maroot and angel's name and all that, and then put Pharaoh in there, and God knows what they made these these sketches of snakes and do this, and even the Quran is said that if you want to kill someone, your enemy, then do inna atwayna kal kaus inna atwayna kal kausar fasalli rabbika wanhar inna shanaka huwal abtar. Avatar means that your enemy goes without any offspring or any child. So outer in Azban, in Mir Pri Zban they say it. So they add this and they tell him to put it in the astaghfirullah. I can't say the words, but anyway, it's evil. So these are they teach them, and they think they're doing good things. Then they use the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the 99 names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say Ya Salamu, Khaliqul Bariul Musawwiru, La Asma'ul Husna. That's Yusabbihu lahu ma fis samawati wal ardi wa huwal azizul hakim. So different names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do 1,000 times and all that. This is all magic, that they're trying to achieve that, and they claim that they're reading the Quran, but they're not. They use these words and then put them and do things which are unfilthy, and they do so you should never go them. There are a lot in Pakistan. I've seen in Lahore, in Kasur area, in Rawalpindi as well. Here they are Bengalis. They have got this one I met. He's got 3 pens. I say, what's this? This is for £50. This is for 25. And here in recent time, I saw one who spent £500 get his child cured. With the help of a jinn, somebody who did it. Astaghfirullah min zalik. So be careful. This is real. Don't post your photos and Facebooks, and people are so much and they're affected. Because the jinns, they say, this is the person, get him. So they don't know where they live, so they catch the photo. Just like, the criminals, take the car and you give it to the police. The photo is there on Crime Stoppers. Or, and they say, this man. So when you see someone, this is the man, so catch him. So this is how they're doing it. And this is these Jews, the Freemasons, Illuminatis always existed at that time. You see, so they existed now. Even now, we have here in devil worshippers, we have churches, all these secret societies. They put a circle and they do all these kind of devil worshipping, and they put skulls and you go, and also these magicians, when they tell you, they'll tell you to do haram things. Cut this head off and throw it in the water, or cut this meat and put it on the roof, and this and that. This is all haram. And this is how the jinns are activated, and this is how they are destroying the nation, and they're destroying the Muslim people. In Islam, the magician should be killed. Hazrat Umar bin Khattab, who's my favorite, he used to kill all the magicians and all the kahins, those who work with jinns. I remember just a few minutes I have, and I'll tell you a story that one day Hazrat Umar was going, and people were saying, oh, this knows, he knows the unseen, or he can tell anything. So Umar, he used to work in Medina, and he said, okay, and the man said, the kahin who had interaction with jinn, that you just pick up anything from the ground, stones, and I'll tell you how much. So Hazrat Umar went down and just grabbed with the hand. What happened was that he went down and he counted, like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah, or 20. So he said, and the kahin or the magician said, you got 20 pebbles in your hand. So when they counted, everybody said, oh, he got knowledge. He said, wait. Then